But she forgot. I spent years in Army intelligence, and I know how to dismantle an enemy from the inside.
It's 3 a.m., and I'm sitting alone in my office with the city lights flickering through the blinds, trying to steady my hands long enough to write this. I'm exhausted, wired, relieved, and furious all at the same time. What happened over the past few months still doesn't feel real, but I need to get it out, the story of how my wife tried to destroy my life and how I used the training she admired to dismantle the entire plan piece by piece. My name is Jake Mitchell. I'm 42, a former Army intelligence analyst, and now the owner of a corporate security firm in Chicago. I built Mitchell Security Consulting from a beat-up laptop and 50 grand into a $2.3 million a year operation. The job is simple in theory. Think like the enemy before the enemy strikes. For years, that instinct kept companies safe. It never occurred to me I'd one day need to use it on my own wife. I met Lisa 8 years ago at a hospital fundraiser. She walked into the room like she owned the air everyone was breathing. Red hair, expensive perfume. That effortless confidence you only get from growing up with a senator for a father and a federal judge for a mother. She was dazzling and used to the best of everything. I spent $300 on our first date because I didn't want her to think I was small time. I was in over my head from the start, but I was too caught up in her world to notice. We burned fast. Within a year, I proposed with an $18,000 ring. Our wedding cost more than most people's annual salary, and I footed the bill for all of it. Soon after, business exploded. We bought $1 million home, 2 BMWs, traveled first class, and lived the exact life Lisa always believed she deserved. Then the twins were born, Tyler and Emma, and my entire sense of purpose sharpened. I wanted to give them everything I never had. I worked harder, longer, smarter. I thought Lisa appreciated that. I was wrong. Things shifted in 2018. Lisa guarded her phone like it was a nuclear code. She attended endless nights of charity events without me, insisting I was always too busy. Then came Ryan Parker, her new business partner. 35, charming, dripping money and confidence. He brought expensive wine to dinner, toys for the kids, and flattery tailored exactly to my ego. I didn't see the trap. I welcomed him. I let him into my home. I told him about my clients, contracts, security systems, information no outsider should ever know. Everything I said was a weapon, and he was collecting them. Lisa became colder. She argued over everything, from how I loaded the dishwasher to how I disciplined the twins. Meanwhile, she never suggested cutting back on the luxury she demanded. She wanted the wealth but hated the work it required. One night in early 2020, after a $75,000 emergency job in Seattle, I came home eager to see my family. Instead, Tyler and Emma barely looked at me. Lisa's explanation sliced me open. We're not used to you being here anymore. That was the moment I realized I couldn't ignore the signs. Something was deeply wrong. I began my investigation the same way I'd track a foreign threat, quietly, methodically, without emotion. Lisa's laptop left digital footprints everywhere. Deleted files are never truly gone. Within hours, I uncovered 8 months of messages between her and lingerie photos taken in our bedroom. Long lunches that weren't lunches, hotel receipts and a plan, a big one. They weren't just having an affair. They were constructing a full-scale operation to take everything from me, my business, my children, my reputation. Lisa's draft custody petition painted me as a controlling, unstable, emotionally absent father. Ryan planned to accuse me of illegal surveillance to tank Mitchell Security. And her influential parents would help guide the courts. They were going to bury me. But they underestimated the one thing they should have feared most. I don't move without gathering complete intelligence. Over the next month, I installed silent cameras, audio bugs, and GPS trackers. The footage I captured was worse than any betrayal I imagined. Lisa in hotel suites with Ryan, laughing about how they'd expose me. Discussions about how they'd manipulate the kids into turning against me. Ryan bragging about how much money he'd siphon from our accounts. Then I found something even bigger, evidence that Lisa's family had covered up a catastrophic crime years earlier. Her brother, drunk behind the wheel, had killed an entire family of 4. The evidence was buried by her mother, the judge. Witnesses silenced, lives erased, and Lisa knew. Suddenly, the battlefield shifted. I wasn't the hunted anymore. I gathered every detailed documents, testimony, financial trails, and waited. Their move came in March, Lisa's attorney. A smug parasite named Sterling slid divorce papers across his desk demanding the house. Both cars, 60% of my company, and primary custody. Supervised visitation for me. He spoke like it was already decided, like the courts were bought and I was a formality. I didn't argue. I simply placed a manila envelope on his desk.